I'm your host, Harrison Graham. That is Jimmy Crowther. We got to get into the latest news in the NBA and how it affects the Lakers, Jimmy. No Game 5 between the Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers as it started with the Milwaukee Bucks boycotting their game against the Magic. They agreed. Thunder and Rockets followed suit. And now the Los Angeles Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers have joined in. They will not be playing their Game 5 tonight.
Yeah, and listen, Lakers were probably going to take the series tonight as Damian Lillard was set not to play, and now this even gives, you see Anthony Davis, who was dealing with some back spasms. Rajon Rondo was dealing with some back spasms. Those guys were kind of on the injury list as well, but now there's no game, no injury list to be a part of. They've come together. The players met up and said, we're not playing this game. The NBA quickly followed suit once the Lakers said they were out and said, listen, we're postponing the games. We're going to reschedule, and I'm interested to see what happens with now Thursday's slate of games after the Lakers were supposed to play on Wednesday night.
If you're watching this on our Lakers Report YouTube channel and not on our live NBA coverage on Chat Sports, this all started earlier on Wednesday when the Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic were slated to tip off at about 4 o'clock Eastern time. The Bucks left. They didn't return to the court. The Magic left the court as they were waiting for the Bucks. Bucks decided they were going to boycott. Domino effect. Next two games, including the Lakers and the Trailblazers, are not playing their Game 5 here on Wednesday night. The NBA did release a bit of a statement, basically just saying, Jimmy, that games will be rescheduled. TBD on when that will be. I would say earliest on Friday. I would guess probably the earliest on Friday. We'll show you guys the full statement here from the NBA as we get you this information. The NBA and the Players Association announced that in light of the Milwaukee Bucks' decision to not take the floor today for Game 5 against the Magic, today's three games, Bucks Magic, Rockets Thunder, and Lakers Blazers, have been postponed. Game 5 of each series will be rescheduled. I want to talk about some of the implications for the Lakers specifically here in just a minute, but let's ask this question first. What is your one-word reaction to the NBA playoff protest? Go ahead and let us know in the comment section. One-word reaction to the playoff games being protested. So we obviously got to get to LeBron, who is the face of the Lakers and the NBA.
I mean, he's been the face of the NBA
the face of American and possibly global sports. He said, "F this man, we demand change. We're sick of it." Obviously, other players across the league joined in suit, but it's interesting from the Lakers' point of view as you kind of tie in the basketball impact of this. It's a couple of things. One, Damian Lillard was not going to play in this game tonight. He could be healthy by the time this resumes. Obviously, the Lakers have a couple of guys banged up. Anthony Davis has a sore back. Rajon Rondo's been dealing with back spasms. So, on that side of things, some guys can rest and get healthy. Obviously, that's not the major focus here.
Right, of course not.
But those are things to consider, not only for these two teams tonight, but teams across the NBA as well.
Yeah, things could definitely change in this series and in the NBA as a whole. We're going to see how far the second round gets pushed back. My prediction is, and I don't have any sources on this. We have no word on this for sure, but my prediction is these games don't get going again until Monday. I truly believe the NBA and the teams will take the weekend, and we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. It's going to be absolutely insane. This is a completely unprecedented thing the NBA is dealing with, but all we know right now is the Lakers and Blazers Game 5 is not happening on Wednesday night as previously scheduled.
So do you guys support the NBA players, these teams, boycotting these games? Type 1 for yes. Type 0 for no. Let us know in the comment section. Which side are you on? Do you support the boycotting of games, or do you think they should get out there, they should play, it's their job? Type 0 if you are on that side of the fence. Let us know. Here's what you guys think down in the comment section. Jimmy, we should also mention, too, that the players of the league are meeting tonight. A lot of the top NBA players have, I guess, communicated and said, hey, let's meet tonight and discuss next steps. More on that in just a second. Do want you guys to be aware of this deal. Lakers face coverings at chatsports.com/Lakers masks. Stay safe out there. With everything going on, the coronavirus still is a thing, and you still got to wear a face covering when you go out in public in most places. So if you want to rep your teams, go to chatsports.com/Lakers mask. We'll put that link in the comments and in the description. You can get team masks for all 30 NBA teams at chatsports.com/NBA masks. We got single ones all the way up to 4-packs. If you want to get the 4-packs, that's the best bang for your buck. $29.99. That one is at chatsports.com/Lakers chapsports.com/NBA mask. Pick your favorite combination for your favorite NBA team. Rep your team in style. And, hey, wear a mask because we want to watch basketball in home arenas next year. The bubble's great, but I like going to games in person. So chatsports.com/NBA mask. Again, those 4-packs, best bang for your buck at $29.99. As we get back to kind of this conversation of the Lakers-Blazers, Jimmy, again, Game 5, not going to happen at least tonight. It's been postponed after all teams scheduled to play on Wednesday have officially boycotted here. So the NBA has pushed all these games. They are being postponed. Lakers do lead 3-1. You know, this could stop momentum a little bit, right? Like Game 1 came out flat. Now you come out, you win 3 games in a row. LeBron played excellent in Game 4. He looked like, LeBron again for really the first time in a while. Anthony Davis has been great, and I mentioned some of the injuries as well. So we will hopefully find out soon when this series will resume and when the Lakers can try and clinch this series.
Yeah, it's not going to happen on Wednesday. I expect it to happen probably closer to Monday, and hopefully the Lakers can take home that series and just close it out, and we can move on to round 2, because I don't think anyone expects the Portland Trail Blazers to come back and win this, even if they get Damian Lillard back healthy. As of right now, what we know about Damian Lillard, as we turn to kind of a basketball perspective of this series, Damian Lillard can't even bend his knee right now. It is that swollen. He's definitely having some issues with his knee, but maybe they get some time off. Maybe there's a little bit of a break, and then the swelling goes down, and the Blazers get Damian Lillard back. Now, on the Blazers side as well, Zach Collins is not healthy. He has left the bubble, and so Anthony Davis has been able to take advantage of a rookie, Wenyen Gabriel, starting in this series. But maybe there's more time off. Maybe Collins comes back into the bubble. So there are a lot of variables with these postponements and with these boycotts that could change really the whole momentum of this series. But as of today, there are no basketball games being played in the NBA bubble.
And Woj earlier today, basically said, look, the league did not see this coming.
Right.
The Detroit Lions and the NFL boycotted a training camp practice, but I don't think the NBA was anticipating playoff games being postponed. That is certainly a different animal. That note from Woj. Then, like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, Jimmy, NBA players have come together. They've called for a meeting tonight in Orlando. This coming from Shams Charania to determine next steps, according to him. So, it's almost 6, 7 o'clock on the East Coast. By the time some of you guys watch this, 8 p.m. We're being told as we record this live. Lots of stuff going on here. 8 p.m. is when these players are set to meet in the NBA bubble.
Well, and the way I picture this, and maybe this is just me in my own head, I think LeBron James is standing up on a stage in a big old conference room at Disney World, and everybody's looking at him and looking to him for an answer, because truly, really and truly, LeBron is the voice in the face of the NBA. He's probably got the closest ties to the NBA executives like Adam Silver and the commissioner up there. And he's saying, hey, what do you guys think? Here's what I want to do. If you want to follow suit, great. If not, that's great. Adrian Wojnarowski just tweeted as well. Every NBA player is invited to join the meeting in the bubble at 8 p.m. to discuss how they'll proceed from today's boycott. So the NBA players are calling the shots in this situation.
Yeah, it certainly seems like that, which, you guys can answer that question. Are the playoffs over? Why for yes and for no? And obviously, Jimmy, this has been, this social injustice, this Black Lives Matter movement was an important thing for these NBA players, really in a lot of cases, to even agree to go into the bubble. Because a player like Kyrie Irving has said, I don't really think basketball is worth it right now. And I think a lot of players were convinced because they were going to make that a theme of going down there, of voicing, you saw, Tobias Harris and a lot of players, especially early on in the bubble, for their media sessions, they didn't even answer questions. They just wanted to bring to light some of the social injustices for their answers because they wanted their voices to be heard.
Yeah, and we've even seen guys like Jaylen Brown put on his own social media and say, listen, I want to be out there protesting. Would not surprise me, as we have discussed, to see some players leave the bubble, leave this playoff series behind and say, listen, I'm going out into my community and I'm going to protest and I'm going to make a stand. I've got bigger things to worry about than basketball right now, and that would not be the most surprising thing in the world with everything that's happening in our world right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that, and I want to leave you guys with this question here, and we asked it a little bit earlier. We want to ask it again. Are the playoffs over? Will the NBA playoffs come to an end here? Have we seen the last playoff game? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm still going to type my N for no, Jimmy, but there's momentum to this being very much a possibility. Like, it would not, while I would be a little surprised, I wouldn't be floored
Right.
if the playoffs got canceled. I really wouldn't. 2020, anything is on the table.
Is on the table.
As you guys know, as we know. So let us know. Type Y for yes, N for no. Are the NBA playoffs over for 2020?